Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming to Woodmere Village. I'd like to thank Cuyahoga County and Ed FitzGerald for coming here today. We're here today to show you an example of county block grants. The county block grants being used appropriately. Woodmere Village has benefited from the county block grants in terms of our parking lots being repaired, as well as our building structure being repaired. And we'd like to thank County Executive Ed FitzGerald for taking our situation in account and getting it done. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce County Executive Ed FitzGerald.
Thank you. Can I have your shade? Yeah. Okay. Okay. He looks better in them than I do anyway. I want to thank you for coming. I'm sorry we got a little bit delayed, but I want to thank you for being here, all the local elected officials. It's good to be here in Woodmere. And as the mayor said, we wanted to do it here because these community development block grants, first of all, it's an important lifeline between actually federal funding and local municipalities. The county plays a role because we help coordinate the spending of that money locally. And this is one of the places where we spent that money to help upgrade the police and fire capital needs that they have right here. And it's another opportunity to say, by the way, when there's certain people in federal politics that say federal funding never does anything locally, never creates any jobs, and never helps anything, it's not the case. The Community Development Block Grant Program, which has been around for several decades now, is a success story. Because it puts some federal resources into local communities, and it allows the local communities to design projects that make sense for themselves, and then it's implemented locally. This is something that we've had real broad support of at the county level for a number of years, and Mayor Smith was nice enough to mention me, but we're partners in this whole thing with the county council that ends up approving this money ultimately, and also our staff members that are here from our various departments that help analyze these proposals. So I want to thank them. But I want to recognize our council president, Ellen Connolly. And at this time, I want to turn the podium over to County Councilman Purnell Jones for a couple words. Councilman.
Good afternoon. Again, I'm County Councilman Purnell Jones Jr. On behalf of our council president, all of County Council, and as chairman of the Public Works Contract and Procurement Committee, I would just like to commend all of the cities that have won this award today. I'm glad to say I represent many of these areas. Mayor Vic Kalova is here. I'd like to acknowledge him in the strong partnership that we've established. Garfield Heights, Maple Heights, Newburgh Heights, and Cuyahoga Heights is some of the cities that are awarded today. Although all of these projects are outstanding projects, I just want to give you a special story about the Garfield Heights project. The multi-purpose trail is complementing the Garfield Heights McCracken Road resurfacing project. And that project would not have happened if not for a strong public-private sector partnership. The businesses of Neo Park initiated this project by getting together and raising funds to initiate this project. Without Kerry Klotzman and the businesses of Neo Park, this project would not have happened, and we would not be the public servants that we are today by supporting this with the multi-purpose trail. So again, I just commend all of the elected officials, the private sector businesses who supported these projects, and just for all their support and shepherding this project to this point. Thank you.
I just want to give out, and there's some media folks here, I just want to give out some of the specifics of how much money that we had to give out in these grants. Last year we had about 10 grants. One of them was this one here in Woodmere. This year, and we had a competitive process, there's 59 cities in Cuyahoga County. Of those 59 cities, 6 of them have the ability to get CDBG money directly from the federal government because of their size. It's basically 50,000 or over in population. That leaves about 53 cities that are under 50,000 or haven't been grandfathered in under the program. So there's about 53 cities that were able to make applications, and it's a competitive process. The total amount of money that we had to give out was over $1 million. It's about $1.45 million. But the other thing that's important is it also leverages a little bit of local spending. So, or I shouldn't say a little bit, about another $750,000. So the total amount that's going to be spent on these very important projects is about $2.2 million. At this point, I want to go through and list the specifics of the communities that are getting these funds and what the projects are. I'm going to go through these rather quickly. And if you happen to be a representative from one of those communities, I know we have a couple different mayors here. I know we have Mayor Mike Byrne from Parma Heights and Mayor Cuyahoga that I see is here from Garfield Heights. But if you could raise your hands if you're a representative of those communities. If there are folks from the media that want to get specifics from those elected officials or representatives of those cities, I'm sure they'll be available to talk to you afterwards about how the money is being spent in their particular community. First one I want to mention is Maple Heights was awarded $350,000. It's an infrastructure improvement project. It's dealing with two of their streets that are in some of the worst condition in the city. It's in the area of it's West Boulevard and South Boulevard, from Waterbury to Maple Heights Boulevard. It's been a project they've been trying to get done for a long time, and we're glad that we can help with it. Newburgh Heights, and we have a representative here from Newburgh Heights, and I know I've talked with this about their mayor as well. Newburgh Heights is going to have a new storm sewer that is being funded again with about $350,000 of this money. It's being installed as a continuation of a previous CDBG program, actually, but that's in the area of East 53rd and Brow Avenue and Harvard Avenue. The Metro Parks, it's actually kind of a project with the city of Parma Heights and the Metro Parks. So it's again, we're always trying to have local partnerships, and this is going to be a connector trail that will link the Big Creek All-Purpose Trail with the Parma Heights Greenbrier Commons Trails and Recreation Facility. And again, this is something that we're always looking for projects that they not only fill a local need, but they're also helping us move forward in some of our other agendas countywide, and we're trying to connect the communities as much as we can, and we're also trying to promote walkability and the trails, just like we're doing for Towpath and other projects. So it was a great project, and we funded that at $150,000. And it's also important because you've got two different government entities being City of Parma Heights is represented by their excellent mayor, Mike Byrne, and his bodyguard, Joe Sebas is here. And it's also encouraging cooperation between them and the folks from the Metro Parks. The village of Glen Willow, we are funding, again, at about $150,000, an intersection, improvement to the infrastructure, the intersection between Glen Willow and Oakwood. Cuyahoga Heights, we are going to be completing some restoration and improvements at Batchy Park. That's also going to be kind of in concert with their senior citizens organization there. Again, that's another $150,000. City of Brooklyn, their natatorium and recreation center, it serves more than 14,000 people, and we're going to be working on an ADA compliance project with them. That's another $150,000. Garfield Heights, and Mayor Clove is here representing them. They're excellent mayor, and the McCracken Road project, their McCracken Road multi-purpose trail, has received some other grant funding also from the Ohio Public Works Commission, and we're going to assist in that as well to help with bike and pedestrian access. Again, it's very consistent with what we're trying to do countywide. So, what do we do next here? Well, first of all, I think it's important that we've continued this despite the fact, and we try to do it at the same funding level by trying to help out in any way we can, but we've continued this program even the fact that some of the federal funds have been cut back on. So that's important. What we're doing next is we do want to listen to our constituents and the residents about how this money is spent. In the next month or so, our development department is going to be coordinating what they call a listening session. What we're looking for is feedback about how this program worked. If there's ways that we can improve it to make it more competitive or more inclusive, we're open to those ideas. Because there are, not everybody that applied won, obviously, but we want to be open about how the program can continue to expand and improve. I also just want to mention, and we've had a lot of discussions about this, this is also, although this is funded by 80% by federal money, we're also looking at some of these projects maybe that we weren't able to fund. Is there a possibility to use some other county money to help with those programs? And we're open to that idea. So this is going to be a start of a dialogue with a lot of these communities if we can find ways to bring strictly local resources to get some of the projects done, because there were many, many, many worthy projects. So I appreciate everybody coming out. Congratulations to all the communities that were successful this year. And again, thank you, Mayor Smith of the Village of Woodmere, for hosting us this afternoon. Thank you very much.